Just because people are doing the cool thing, you got to do the cool thing. No, do what you think is cool. Like living your life in the way that you want to do, that's cool in itself. And if those specific people that you hang around just don't look at you the same way, or like make it seem as if it's weird, so what? It's weird to them, but it's not weird to you. That's all that matters, right? YouTube, what's up? It's your boy CEO Robinson. We back with another video. You feel me? Today's video, as you can tell by the title, well, this is the video that I was trying to get into and I posted like the other day, but things just didn't go my way. Video corrupted, so we're gonna make it again. It's all good. But I just finished my run, feel me? Got a little active, got some sweat in. And then I also went and got me this because, you know, it's really part of the smoothie, like, you know, concoction. So I had to re-up on this. So I'm gonna make me my smoothie and then we gonna get into this discussion. Anta, we're gonna talk about this. And yeah, all right, see you guys in a sec. All right, we're back. And as you can tell, you know what I'm saying, I took a shower, got me my smoothie, and now we're finna discuss what the title says, staying away from distractions and why. Distractions, I feel like is like the killer part of like the formula to success. It kind of takes away from the formula of forming success or building off success, let alone succeeding in anything that you want to do, right? So I just want to start off this video by first defining it. I looked up the like true definition of distraction, and then as well I just like made it into my own. You feel me? So we'll start out the video with that. And I just want to start this video by defining it, right? So it's basically a thing that prevents someone from giving something their full attention, right? So meaning if something and someone is diverting you from a goal that you set out for yourself to do, then you got to cut them off, right? I feel like a lot of the times nowadays, the reason why we truly don't go after things that come in our mind and like is something that we might be intrigued in doing is because we are so caught up with everyone else's shit. You feel me? We're not so, what's the word? Like I don't know, it's weird, but I feel like it can't just be me, but this is me in the past, but like, I feel like this might be something for the young. You know, this video is specifically for like those who are like 18, below 18, around my age as well. It doesn't matter. It could be even older, it don't matter, but I feel like understanding what is distracting you, what's stopping you from going after your true goals, what you want to do in life, I feel like once you address that yourself and you're being real with yourself, I feel like from that point on, you're able to go ahead and do those things, but it's all up to you, you know what I'm saying? And so basically what I meant by that is like, if something is diverting you, if someone is diverting you from something that you set out to attain, you just need to cut them off. Like, let's just be real. Don't go off of plans. Don't go off of plans of others, you know what I'm saying? Go off of your own plan. And what I mean by that is like, I feel like we're so caught up with trying to hang out with people or do things with people so often that like, we're kind of like, I don't know, we're consumed by people's business, like plans that kind of like distract us from our own. You feel me? So like if you spend a lot of time with your friends, but you're not really doing anything of value to your time, like you're not gaining knowledge, y'all are not like discussing like future plans or whatever. Even if you're young, like I'm not here to say like, yo, hanging out with people is not a good thing. It is. It definitely is. But like, be comfortable with just being alone so you can have that time alone and like really you could be to yourself and have your own thoughts, if that makes sense, right? Yeah, like why go and spend like do the same thing every day? Like for me personally, when I was in school in the beginning, I guess, of college, like yeah, I was hanging out with people that like I spent time with because we were studying with class, but it got to a point where like I found myself constantly going to their place, or they're coming over to my place, and we just be just chilling, but we're not really doing anything. So that for me made me realize at an early age, like at that early on point, that like, okay, this is not, I can't do this basically. You feel me? Like I just can't go ahead and spend all day, all night doing something that is repetitive and something I've already experienced. You feel me? Like it's not worth it. And so what do I mean by going off of your own plan and not others? Well, basically the way you start your day, right? You want to do that on your own, or you do that on your own by waking up in your bed by yourself, right? Well, so the moment you wake up, try devising a plan, you feel me, that you'll go off of, and it revolves around you, not what you want to do with others, but what you truly want to do. So if there's like something that you've always wanted to get into, even just spending 5 minutes, 10 minutes and trying to figure out, okay, what is it that I was interested in doing? Go ahead and do that. Like, even if it's 5 minutes, rather than just going off, like starting your day off and like looking at what people posted, or like what people are into or what they're doing. Cause then now you started off your day with thoughts, emotions, all these kind of things that are not revolving around you. It's revolving about someone else. And it's like really a waste of time, if you be honest with yourself, unless you're looking at stuff that kind of helps you or kind of like motivates you to do something that you want to do, then go ahead, do that for sure. But you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure it's not about someone else. Make sure it's about you. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. You feel me? You wake up on your own. You go to sleep on your own. So why not wake up, you know, trying to grasp something that, you know, intrigues you personally, than trying to grasp something that might seem cool or might be something that others are so into that, you know what I'm saying, it's really attention worthy when it's really not attention worthy, because all the attention that you really need is on yourself to succeed. Like, you don't need nobody else, respectfully. You feel me? Like, I hope that makes sense. And at first it might seem fun to just hang out with people and do whatever they're doing, right? Or as a group. But again, you need to realize that for one, time is valuable, right? Something that I've been talking about so much recently, especially in these videos, is how time is valuable. And for two, you got to ask yourself, when you're spending this time, whether it's with someone or a group of people, you got to really ask yourself, is this something of value to me? Is this worth my time? Or is this a distraction? Can I do something else that's worth more of my time? Like, keep it real with yourself. Don't play yourself. You feel me? Like, be real with yourself. Because if you find yourself every day waking up and doing the same thing, and you really don't have the same type of excitement and feeling, but it just feels something that is like you're comfortable with now, you gotta like get uncomfortable with the get uncomfortable. Like, why be comfortable with the same thing over and over? Unless it really serves you and that's what you really want to do in life, then go ahead. But genuinely, that is not the way to live your life. I genuinely believe living your life is doing it to the fullest, living your life like it's you don't got tomorrow. So doing something that, you know what I'm saying, is meaningful for you. And I'm not saying here like sitting here saying like, yo, spending time with people is not the right thing to do. For sure, spend it with the right people. Make sure that it's the right people. You feel me? Like, another way of seeing if you like are around good people, or like people that are worth your time. You feel me? Damn, bro, I really want to restart this video. I don't know why. It just doesn't feel like the first time I did it, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it pushing. But basically what I mean is like, distractions and then spending time with people is something that you dictate by the amount of time that you give people your time. Realize that you should give yourself as much time more than anyone else besides family. Feel me? But even in that, you know what I'm saying? There is a time to go ahead and spend time with your family, and then there is a time where you spend time on yourself. And a lot of the good, like, a lot of good ways of spending that time on yourself is especially when you start your day. You feel me? You start your day, you figure out what you need to do, you prioritize, and then go off of that. Then later on in the day, if you feel like, oh, yep, I got some time, I did everything that I feel like I could do, then go ahead and spend some time with your friends. But if you start your day and then you go to your phone and text your friends or whatever and see what's the move or whatever, but you know in reality you could spend that time even for 5-10 minutes on something that could be worth, you know what I'm saying, the time for you, like, go ahead and do that. Like, no one's stopping you. You feel me? Like, who cares what other people think? And in a good way of like seeing, okay, is this something that I want to talk about with people or keep it to myself, like stay down to the come up in a sense, is by like literally just asking people around you, the people that you do spend your time around, like ask them. You don't even have to ask them from a person, like coming in personally. You could come from outside looking in type of thing and be like, yo, like, what do you think about this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard about this. What do you, like, you don't even have to say like, oh, I'm doing this. Just say like, what do you think about this to those group of people that you hang out with? And really take the time and really just look and see what they have to say. And if it's something that's negative, that's something that could draw you back from going ahead because of what other people said, then, you know what I'm saying, understand what they said and then keep it to yourself and go do what you want to do. Like, why is Bob telling you, oh, that shit lame, or that shit's not cool, and oh, because Bob said it's not cool and lame, you got to go off of what he said? Like, no, that's not how we live our life. And I feel like that's a huge thing that stops people from attaining their goals and going after what they want to really do in life, is because we're so caught up with what people think. But I promise you, bro, especially when you're done with school, like, school is like probably the time where you're going to be the most sociable. You feel me? Sociable in the sense that you're spending time, you're hanging around different type of people, different perspectives. And I'm not saying that because they're young, and like, I'm not going to say that the perspectives are not mature, because a lot of people are mature at a young age. But I'm saying you got to realize there are people, though, that you will come across that just won't have the same type of mentality, that think different from you, that don't think the way you do. And you shouldn't let that deter you. You feel me? Like, you shouldn't let that distract you from what you want to do. Because it's just not worth it. Just because people are doing the cool thing, you got to do the cool thing. No, do what you think is cool. Like, living your life in the way that you want to do, that's cool in itself. And if those specific people that you hang around just don't look at you the same way, or like make it seem as if it's weird, so what? It's weird to them, but it's not weird to you. That's all that matters, right? Like, it comes back to that same analogy. Like, when you go to school, you know what I'm saying, when you graduate and stuff, is it fruit fly? Okay, whatever. So yeah, like, you're gonna go walk that aisle or whatever, get that degree, but it's not gonna say Bob's, right? It's gonna say your name on it. It's your own thing. So take it as it is. Definitely see what people think. And if these are people who are not goal chasers, dream chasers, who are going after things that you have interest in, then you gotta like make sure that you don't spend too much time with them, let alone just cut them off. Unless these are your closest friends, but they just be on something that you're not on, fine, so be it. But you gotta you gotta allocate your time wisely, the correct way. Right? So I'm not saying don't spend time with people. You can realize how much time you're spending with these people and recognize what you're all doing and if it's worth your time, right? I choose to say spend time rather than the word hang out. Reason being, spend time seems more fitting, right, in relation to controlling how much I can't even speak right now. Controlling like how much time you spend with them, right? Whereas hang out is literally you hanging around. Like, I have a laughing emoji right by hanging around. I don't like that word, just because I feel like anytime someone says you're hanging around this person means like you just constantly around them. And spending time is much more fitting, because it's like you get to choose when you spend this much time. I don't know. You get the point, right? Anyways, that's besides the point. And this also, like I said earlier, this also has to do with comfort, right? Don't stay comfortable, especially when you're young, whether it be in high school and or college. Push yourself to try new things and be active with your mind in a way that you have the desire alone to do things that are out of the ordinary, right? And what do I mean by ordinary, out of the ordinary? Well, many of us that are young, we tend to do things that like are looked at to be as normal, such as sit around, watch TV, you know what I'm saying, play video games all day or go to the mall all day, or even going to a party a few times to consecutively throughout the week. Those are things that you can do with moderation. Again, we get too comfortable, right? Like we get too comfortable with those things, and start finding excuses and having FOMO. But in reality, you already experienced that. So you should replace those things, especially with ones that involve others that are, what did I say right here, bro? I'm tripping. Like, you got to replace those things. Yeah, that's what I meant. Especially the ones that involve others that you are constantly hanging out with for time alone to grow and figure out what you want to do. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. I got my notes this core as usual. I got my notes, you feel me, that I like to, you know what I'm saying, go off of. But anyways, here, I'm going to give you another personal example, or just a personal example. So I joined a fraternity, right? Like my sophomore year of college. Love it. I'm still in that fraternity. I still recognize my brothers. Those are my brothers. I formed a really cool, dope brotherhood. We actually just went to Arizona during my birthday week, in March during spring break, right? So we all did that. We all got together and we went out. It was dope. It was an experience. We got to reunite. Again, like for me, fraternity wise, like a lot of people take that as, oh, yep, we're finna get lit. We're gonna party. This is what we're gonna do all year. That's usually how it is. I mean, there's also other things like philanthropies and stuff. Those are things that I really enjoyed, not just partying. Like the partying was cool, but for me, what I mean by all is why I brought up this whole fraternity thing is one of the huge factors of being in a fraternity is the constant partying. At least like from where I went, like the partying was crazy. I never experienced it like that. I genuinely feel like I partied for a lifetime. I experienced everything to a certain extent that I felt comfortable just, you know, seeing, and like just it was crazy, right? It was a cool vibe, but I got sick and tired of it, like the partying part at least. The first 3 months. After the first 3 months of partying, I stopped. I actually started going to the library, like literally during the parties, like in the nighttime. I would just go straight to on campus, study there. Sometimes I'll study in our study porch or whatever upstairs, but like the speakers, everything, like you could just, like the whole place is just turned up, which is cool. It's a vibe. But me personally, like, you know, there was partying from like Tuesdays, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, just our own, right? And then you got gads, which is like you grab a, like you go on a date with a girl, like a shorty girl. And then you also have parties during the week where it's like, besides those like that you're already going to or hosting yourself, you have parties that you're going to, with other fraternities that invite you out to their house. And then you also do like these co-partings, right? Where you know, all plan a party and you guys, you know, with another fraternity, you go crazy. So it's just like all of that, right? Like imagine just doing that every week, like every day. Like for me personally, I got sick and tired of it the first 3 months. So I kind of stayed away from the partings, and some of the bros were kind of like off that with me, but it's like, it's all love. They understood that, like, you know what I'm saying? If it was something meaningful, if it was something that, like, if it was one of the bros' birthday or something, then yeah, I'll go crazy. I'll enjoy my time with them for sure. But if it's just a regular party, like I just experienced the other week or some shit, or the other day, I'm not going to go to it because it's like, it's all the same. You feel me? You do the same thing over and over. And instead, I'd rather spend that time going ahead and make sure that like I'm doing something more worth my time, which at that time was school. I had a whole lot of schoolwork. Sometimes I'd even go out my way and help out with the parties, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like we all had roles, especially when we're like first coming into it. So I would do my homework, you know what I'm saying, while helping people check in, like coming into the house, like with their wristbands or whatever. Like I'll have my chem homework on my laptop. Well, our chem homework was called Alex or whatever. So I'm doing Alex, right? And I'm doing Alex while checking people's, you know what I'm saying? So Like I didn't really care. But what I mean by all this is like, if it's something repetitive, don't do it again and again, especially if it's the same thing. Like, what are you gonna miss out, right? So nothing. So, and I feel like that ties in with FOMO. Like, people just be having the fear of missing out on things, but it's like, in reality, I made my own FOMO type of word. It got a few more letters to it though. It's FOMO and then OYOG, which is fear of missing out on your own goals. You feel me? So that's what I truly relate to now, more than FOMO of other people's stuff. Like, I have fear of missing out on my own goals. So I'm more goal oriented and I'm more focused on what I got going on in my life. Hope that makes sense. But yeah, like, having time to like have alone to go study allowed me to grow educational wise, school wise. I got more knowledge, but then also, you know what I'm saying, I had more time to reflect on myself and figure out what I wanted to do. You feel me? And that's the most important thing, I guess, you can take from that experience of mine is, like, you don't gotta go to every single party. So what? Like, it's just the same thing. Or like the mall thing, for example. If you're younger too, like, I experienced that time where like me and my friends would go to the mall and just walk around and just have a day at the mall. Like, that's dope, right? That's an experience. But especially if you're not gonna spend money or constantly spend money, and if you're just window shopping, then it's not worth your time. Go do something else that you can do. You feel me? Like, there's so many other things, so many other, like, I know everyone has had something come in their head and be like, whoa, I'm interested in that. I kind of want to get into that. Why aren't you getting into it? Because you're so caught up with everyone else's. And you might have some shit that you're going on with your own life too. That's totally understandable. But that doesn't take away from the whole day. You have 24 hours in a day. Feel me? You got 24 hours in a day. You can utilize an hour for each task. You feel me? Like, I guess just, I don't know, bro. I just feel like focusing on yourself you'll go a whole lot like farther in life, as well, just like in your own like aspirations. You'll go a lot farther than just, you know what I'm saying, sticking to what everyone else is doing, because not everything is for everyone. You feel me? So like, there'll be times where you might try to do something that others are doing, and then you figure out, wow, this is not for me. But you were so focused on trying to do what everyone else is doing that time went by, and then what? You lost some time, and then now time has gone by, and now you're trying to go on to those goals that you had first, initially had and wanted to do. And I'm not here to say like, yo, you can't do those goals anymore, but you'll realize as time goes on, as the more you age, the more you grow, that like the younger you are, the more capable you are in doing anything. You feel me? When you're older, you'll realize how much like more energy you got to put in than you could have than like putting in like comparison to like when you were younger. That's something that I realized, especially when I got older. I mean, I'm pretty young for my age still, for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 23, but again, like, I know that there are things in the past that if I had just focused more on myself, especially in high school, um, you feel me? Like, I would have probably tapped into like, for example, I'll keep it personal in that sense. Like, I'll keep it up, but I want to get into pianos, and one day soon I will get into pianos. I'll just learn. Like, one of my cousins, when I was younger, put me onto, like, he taught me this song called Heart and Soul. That shit go hard, like, on the piano. I don't know why. So, yeah, he taught me how to play it a little, you feel me? But I actually want to get into piano. I fuck with that. So that's something that I personally want to do. Not everyone, yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't want to get into piano. Maybe you do, I don't know. But, right, there might be people out there that want to get into piano, but we're so caught up with everything else that, like, you know what I'm saying? So I spent, what, 4 or 5, it's been so long since I've been wanting to do piano. I remember the first day I tried to get into piano, like, or after I learned like doing some piano, like, I literally was looking at a YouTube video on the song and how people were playing it and how to play it. I just didn't have a piano at my house, you feel me? But there's so many ways, there's so many things that you can do outside of trying to learn. So it's like, do that, you know what I'm saying? So like, I've observed it many times during high school and my first few years of college, you know what I'm saying, let alone experience this myself. So understand that we all do this at one point, and it's up to us truly decide how we go about it from this point on. You know what I'm saying? So um, don't get to don't get distracted all the time. Let alone don't get distracted at all. Like literally, if you find yourself being distracted by something, then really you gotta be real with yourself. Because if you don't, bruh, time will tell. And then when time comes around and things get harder or something, you'll really be like, damn, I didn't really have to do that, or I could have been really doing this. So I'm telling you this at a young age, because I'm at a young age and I've already experienced this. I have so much more to experience in life too, but I want you to really be like, okay, I see what you mean. I understand where you're coming from. You feel me? So like you want to plan it out, because the one thing you don't get back is time. And doing these things I mentioned above repeatedly is going to get repetitive eventually, and you'll see how time flies by. And of course, I'm talking about time flies by, and there's a fly right by me, bro. What's up with you, bro? Ugly, that's there, boy. Anyways, yeah, and like you'll see how time flies by, and you don't want to be frustrated that you can't put yourself in a position that you once were able to do back then, because you spent your days living off of other people's plans, or living off of people's plans. Your life is your own. However, I'm not saying you won't be able to really get yourself to that position now, like it's over and all. Like say you were 18 and you had something that you wanted to aspire to, and now you're like 26, time fly by, or 28, 30, whatever, and you feel like, okay, now it's over. No, I'm not saying it's over. I'm saying like you're gonna put in more work. You're gonna have to put in more work, but it's like in reality, how much do you want to do it? Now you're really asking yourself, damn, I really should have done this. No, don't say, damn, I should have done this. Ask yourself, can I do it now still? Is there something that's in my way, or can I get to that point? Let's get it. You feel me? But like, yeah, like, your life is your own. However, I'm not saying you won't be able to really get yourself to that position now, like it's over and all. And you'll notice how much harder you have to go, and the energy that you once had before in comparison to your future self. You'll definitely be able to see how noticeable that is. So why not avoid all that and do what's best and make use of your time? You feel me? On some real shit. Like I hope that all interconnected or connected or whatever, but you feel me? Like that should at least give you a glimpse into like how time is valuable, like for real, like real deal. Don't let distractions take control of your life. You control your life. You get to decide how much time you want to give Bob. You feel me? Or if you don't want to give Bob at all attention, like who cares? All these people that you see in school, I promise you, unless these are people that you genuinely like, I'll just say this. For me personally, I've met a lot of people since middle school. A lot of people I still remember to this day, facial wise, like their facial representation, everything, how they acted, what they said, how they were. I literally remember everyone. What I will tell you though is the difference. I don't see them every day. I don't talk about them. I don't even know what they're doing in life. Like there are only a few people from my school, like my term of school or whatever, that I still talk to this day. And those are the people I grew up with since middle school playing video games. Like me playing video games, you know what I'm saying? Like I love to play video games all day, but I can't do that all the time because I know that there's other things that I can get into too. You feel me? But like the people that I play video games with, like those are people that I grew up with and still talk to this day. We're actually going to a Mariners game today. You feel me? Like that's the crazy thing. So like I just want you to understand, like there's no reason to worry about everyone else around you when the only person you should really worry about is yourself. Not even worry about yourself. Focus on yourself. That worry, don't ever worry. Just focus on yourself. Keep it pushing. Keep going. Like that's all that. This is all that matters. I'm being straight up. And that's because we're so like consumed and so conditioned through all this social media, Snapchat, and all that like we constantly have things showing us other people's shit. You know what I'm saying? Because people post it, right? But yo, like, unless it's about you or something that you want to do, why are you paying attention? It's not worth it. You'll be able to look at that stuff later on. Like if it's an Instagram post, you can check up on people's stuff later on. Whenever you have a thought about them, boom, check up on them then. But Snapchat, who cares? Snapchat is just a Snapchat of your memory of what you're doing at that point. But unless it's you taking a snapshot of what you want to do or what you're doing at that time, don't be so caught up in every people's like views or whatever. Like that's another thing. People be distracted about who's looking at their shit. They post their shit just to see what people are, if people are looking at it. Why? It's not necessary. It's smoothie man. But anyways, I think y'all get my point in that. And I have one last thing that I said in the video when I first did this. I was talking about how like successful people, like these people who are successful in life, genuinely the one characteristic that I see from them, besides being disciplined and focused and, you know, the consistency and all that, is that like they never stop learning. They're not distracted by bullshit, like anything materialistic or whatever. They can attain those, they can achieve, they can go grab whatever materialistic thing that they want, but they don't focus on the hype. They don't care about the clout. They don't know. Anybody that's successful in life is constantly learning something that they never knew about. That's how they're successful. You know what I'm saying? They're not just focusing on being good at one thing. They're constantly trying to figure out other things, trying new things, and then getting better at those. So it's like you gotta realize you can't just be successful. You can't just be distracted and then expect yourself to be successful in life. That's not how it's going to be. You gotta separate. You gotta focus on yourself to be successful. You gotta be to do things in life, to just do even one thing. Like if you're caught up with your Snapchat and you don't eat because you're so caught up with eating, like whatever's going on your phone, and you don't go eat, you're not succeeding in life because you're so caught up with some shit that it's not worthy of your time. Or at least go eat and watch it at the same time. Like be productive, you feel me? Kill two birds with one stone, but it's not worth it, you know? So yeah, man, that's basically what I have to say for today's video. I haven't, like, not doing a long video, like long type of video in a sense, has been kind of weird. It's kind of made me feel weird in the past few days. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been on a flow, and like the flow of doing these long videos have made me more comfortable. But in the past 3 days or so, because of work and just how things have been going, just doing those short videos kind of make me feel weird. I don't know why. So like coming back to normal, like to a longer video, I hope like I made sense, and I hope I didn't feel weird or was weird. It don't matter, bro. It's my channel, it's my thing, but it's for y'all. It's like at the end of the day, like I just want to come up on here and at least post something daily that's valuable to y'all, like something that like you can relate to. This is some simple shit. This is not complicated. This is not trigonometry. This is not calculus. This is not OChem. This is just life. You feel me? This is just up to you, what you want to do in life. That's all that matters. And basically, with all that being said, I have a quote, of course, you feel me? And that quote, the quote of the day, feel me, is adults devise a plan and follow it, right? Children do what feels good. Lack of emotional maturity will make you broke. So we'll say that one more time. Adults devise a plan and follow it. Children do what feels good. Lack of emotional maturity will make you broke. And so lack of emotional maturity, it won't just only keep your pockets broke, but it'll drain your energy, your life. Like time will fly by because you don't have that maturity in your emotions, like to control your emotions. What I say before, like your emotions, like emotions keep you broke anyways. But if you can't control how you feel and how you react to certain things, or some small thing distracts you from whatever you're doing in that day, like that's a lack of emotional maturity. And you want to be able to control that. Like, if you see somebody doing something right now that you want to do, but you physically can't because you might not have the money for or the means to do it, don't let that just be like, damn, all right, I don't want to do this no more. Kill your vibe. No. If anything, reach out and see how they got to that point, or see how you yourself can get into that. Educate yourself. It's not hard. Feel me? Like, life is life, but at the end of the day, you feel me? Like, be positive, enjoy it. Like, life is beautiful, whether you know it or not. If you're going through some shit, like, trust me, I know it. But I've gone through a lot of shit. I'm still going through shit, but I'm pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? My pain is what keeps me going. My nigga YB said that in a song I was running earlier today, and that shit hit. He said, my pain keeps me going. I said, damn, that's facts. So anyways, I hope this video made a lot of sense. I hope there's something, even one thing, one word, even me just defining the word distraction just gets you out, like I don't know, a light bulb just pops up above your head and just like, okay, I know what you're talking about. Like, I see where you're coming from. Even that, like, my goal has been attained in that sense for this video. Anyways, like I said, I'm getting into a Mariners game today. I'm gonna see if I can get some money beforehand, you know what I'm saying, be productive. And then also just plan out what I want to do tomorrow, because basically after this Mariners game, I'm gonna go to sleep. I did not wake. Okay, I'll say this too. I did not wake up. Okay, I woke up at 6 a.m. today. Again, like, I went back to sleep, bro. But that's because I went to sleep around, like, I went to sleep pretty late. Like, I tried to go to sleep really early, but I just couldn't. I was watching some interview. See, I even got distracted myself, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's life, but you choose. I mean, at least what I got distracted by or whatever, like, I actually learned. It was an interview. I'd be watching interviews. I used to watch the Breakfast Club, or DJ Academics. He used to have this podcast. Is it called Everyday Struggle? Like, those are two things that I usually just watch before I go to sleep. Either a Breakfast Club interview or Everyday Struggle. And this was when they had, what is his name, Wayne or some shit, and Nadeska and him, Academics. I used to watch them all night, like, until I fall asleep, or it helped me fall asleep. But at the same time, I'm gaining something, like, that's going on in the world, or some shit that's, like, hip to what I have interest in. That's what I would watch. But anyways, that kind of got in the way of last night. I was watching $1 million worth of game or some shit like that. But yeah, their shit's dope too. But anyways, I wasn't able to go to sleep. Look, I'm even getting distracted myself because I should have ended this video, bruh, already. But anyways, today I'm gonna go to sleep after this Mariners game. I'm not even gonna play video games. Actually, that's cap. I definitely see myself at least playing like an hour of video games or some shit. I don't know. Been on that Apex lifestyle. Anyways, it don't matter. I'm gonna get my sleep in, and I'm going to wake up tomorrow at 6 a.m. and then I'm going to shower right away. I'm gonna get up and shower right away, or at least go on a run first and then take a shower, or take a shower then run and then take a shower. But I feel like that's a waste of time, and I'm getting sidetracked again. But anyways, I love y'all. I hope you took something away from today's video that was, you know what I'm saying. If it was, comment down below whatever it was that you kind of related to, or you did relate to, or even something that just came up to your mind. Just comment down below, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, whenever I see those comments, whenever those happen, I will go ahead and reply back. But anyways, it's your boy CEO Habasha. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. And yeah, peace. Love y'all.